I don't care what you do. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want from you. And the reason I'm saying this is because of this. I've spent the last 30 years of my life incarcerating, locking up men, women all over the world, right? And what I have come to realize is this. The only way we're going to change this, the only way we're going to make a difference is knowledge. Knowledge is king. Trust me. Knowledge is king. I was watching a program the other day, right? And they was talking about a head coach with the NFL that ain't never played a down of football. Ain't never played a down. And I was trying to say to myself, how could a guy that never played football be coaching football? That blew my little mind. And making millions more than the players are. And I couldn't understand that. And I stopped and I started laughing at myself because then I realized it was this. Knowledge. Even though he never played a down, he had enough knowledge of the game to convince somebody and let him call the plays. And I said to myself, wow, everywhere in life, knowledge is going to show up and show out and take over. Everywhere. I promise you that. So here's what we're going to do. I know I'm on time scale, right? So here's what I want to do is this. I want you, I'm going to allow you, because I want to get to know you. I'm going to allow you to ask me a question. 2 or 3 if you want to, right? Because I want us to have dialogue. Because I want to get to know you and I want you to get to know me. Because together we're going to do what? That's it. We're going to change the atmosphere. I like that. I saw you had your hand up. Go ahead. You know what? He asked me a question. How did it go out there? I don't know the answer to that. I don't. You know, some things I don't want to remember. Let me share something with you. I believe in being transparent. In order to transform people, you have to be transparent, right? The reason I take why I gravitate toward young boys, because 11 years ago, I lost my wife. She passed away. And I was left to raise 4 boys by myself. 4. Jameson, Jordan, Jaden, Isaiah. Okay? 4 boys. And I realized something about raising boys. When they're 26 now, 25, 21, 13, 12. And what I realized about boys is this. What I realized about them is that young boys have the ability to change this world. You have the ability to change your household. You have the ability to change your classroom. Because you are young men. And when you walk up on them, as y'all were saying, what was said, you walk. You that guy, right? That's how you feel. You that guy with you, man. You that right. So when you walk up on a place like that, you command respect. Am I right, Edwin? You command respect. So here's what I want you to start thinking about. Every day, I want you to do me a favor before you come to school. Every day and every night. Because we're going to be in this family thing together. We're going to have certain practices, every practice together, right? The same ritual that I do in my household, we're going to do it. Every night before you lay down, I want you to give yourself 2 minutes in the mirror. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I want you to go to the mirror. I want you to talk to the mirror. Because you remember what I said, some things you put in the atmosphere, it comes looking for it, right? You got to say it. And once you start saying it, you start believing it. Once you start believing it, it becomes you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start saying to yourself, I'm that guy, every day. I want you to start saying, I'm going to do better tomorrow. I want you to start saying, I love myself. I love everybody around me. Mom, dad, whoever taking care of me. The next thing I want you to say is, I'm going to change the game. I'm going to change the atmosphere. I'm going to change my life. Fair enough? And then before you lay down, I want you to think about all the things that you did that day that if you had a chance to go back and change it, right? Go back and change it. What would you do different? So the next morning when you get up and you're brushing your teeth, right, I want you to think about what we're going to do today. I want you to think about how I'm going to go to school, how I'm going to pay attention, how I'm going to do what I'm going to do, how I'm going to represent, and how I'm going to be the best young man I can be. Fair enough? Yeah. Okay, now I got some questions I want to ask. Raise your hand. Now the hand go first, and the hand I'm giving to you. What's the capital of North Carolina? I saw you. You said Raleigh. You said it.
Wrong.
That's 25. Okay, I got another question. Capital de Mexico. Capital de Mexico. What did he say? Translate it for me. What did he say? What's the capital? Mississippi. I say that's what's the capital. My man.
Mexico City.
There it is, Mexico City.
I thought he said
Okay, I got another question for you, right? This is simple one right here. This is simple, right? This is going to require some thought. Right? It's going to require a little politics, right? What party? Can I ask a little question in school?
I'm sorry.
Can I ask him, I know how to be politically correct in school. Can I ask him political questions in school? Like what party somebody can come on? Like a particular individual? Okay.
They do communities.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know in school. What party is Secretary Clinton running on? I'm gonna give you a chance, man. Okay. I got one more for you. This is gonna be easy right here. This is easy. This is easy. Huh?
No.
No. This is a simple question, right? This is an easy one, right? I want to know what is the name of the superintendent of Forsyth County Schools? My man.
Same with Green.
What'd he say?
Same with Green.
What'd he say?
Green.
Green. No.
Green.
No. That's good.
Are y'all serious? Y'all don't know who it is? Boss man, who is it? I can't hear you talk. He said Taylor. He said Benny. My man, you got yours up. Me? He said record. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna ask you a question one more time, right? I don't know, it's a lot of beverages. What do you say?
Because our superintendent, can I just go ahead and say, our superintendent's name is Dr. Beverly Emery, and he said Dr. Beverly, and she does go by Bev sometimes, so Beverly Emery.
We gotta take a photo. We gotta take a photo on that, right? It's a lot of Beverly's, right? So what we're gonna do? Real family. We say real family, right? Oh. We say real family, right? Okay, we're gonna do the democratic process, right? Fair enough? Okay. Is that answer sufficient? If y'all think it's sufficient, we're going to raise our hand and join the rule. Is that answer sufficient? No. I got another question for you, right? Here's what I want to do, right? You only got another 10, 15 minutes with you. I want you to tell me something. I want you to ask me a couple questions before I ask this last 5 questions. Anybody have a question they want to ask me? Yes, sir. Not doing any roads when I was little. No. See, the era that I came up in, roads wasn't as, how should I say, they weren't as prevalent as they are now. The thing when I was growing up was cheap, mad dog, cheap wine. So no, I've never done drugs. And the thing I saw people around me do drugs. And here's the thing that I got to tell you, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little arrogant. I am. And I want to always be in control of me. I want to always make sure I'm looking the best that I can look. And the people that I saw using drugs around me, I saw they didn't look like the person I wanted to look like. Because see, I got a swagger that I got to have all the time. I got to be that guy. And I knew I couldn't be that guy. Yes, sir. Finish that question. I was a troubled kid because of this. That's a good question. He said, how did I get in trouble when I was little? I'll tell you how I got in trouble when I was little. Because the guys that I was hanging around, there's a guy that I was hanging around, I'm only going to say his first name. His first name is Leonard. Every day, he calls me. He calls me. I get a call saying, press 5 to accept from Barksdale. Right? He's doing life. That means life. That means he'll never step out of the prison system. When I was growing up, he was my guy. He was my road. We used to sit on the park and dream together. We used to sit on the park. We sit on the park one day and we dreamt. And we actually had figured out a plan that we was going to go to Smith Reynolds Airport, jump over the fence, and get on the back of the plane and where the plane flew to, we was going to stop and start our life. And that's how crazy we had figured the plan out. Right? But guess what? It didn't happen. He took his life to a whole nother place. He took his life to a whole nother place. And as a result, the choices that he made changed his life. So I was hanging out with a bunch of knucklehead kids. I don't want to say knucklehead, but I was hanging out with some guys that I shouldn't have been hanging out with. I was too young to be drinking Moon Farm at 14 years old. That was stupid, right? That could have cost me. I could have done something then that would have been on my record. Because here is something you got to remember. You know, I'm going to ask you the next question. Here is something you got to remember. Don't never forget what I'm going to tell you. What you do right now is going to determine what happens tomorrow. In other words, what you did yesterday determines where you end up in today. The mistakes and what I did in my life determine where I arrived at. So what I'm telling you is this, is that one day you're going to be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And when you get to that place and you're looking for a job, the first thing they're going to do is do a background check. I promise you that. When they do a background check, the background check going to say, well, you did this and you did that. And then what happens is, the more dealing this you got on your record, you fall at what I call the low end of the food chain. I'm just keeping it hot with you. Just keeping it real. Because what happens is, when you go apply for a job with the United States government, trust me, they overturn every rock, every crook, every crank. They even told me about a parking ticket I got in 1979 when I was a freshman at Philo College. They said I didn't pay. In 1979, they told me about a parking ticket that I had that I didn't pay. And before I go any further process, they made me go a $10 parking ticket that now in 1993 was $500. That's how much interest they had for the parking ticket. So the point I'm trying to tell you is that what you do now is going to determine where you eat, where you sleep, what you drive, and what you can afford to do in life. Don't never let nobody tell you that, player. What you do now, you set yourself up for tomorrow. Either you're going to rise to the top or you ain't. You got to make some real choices. Go ahead, next question. That's a good question. How long did it take me to accomplish my dream? You know what? I'm still chasing a dream. You know why? Because my dream now is to become a New York Times best-selling author. My dream now is to one day be able to come back and say, you know what? I want to load 1,000 kids on a bus and drive them to the airport. 1,000 kids who have never been on a plane, drive them to the airport, put them on a plane, and take them to places that they didn't even imagine exist. Because here is something I realized that I never knew. There's a whole nother world outside of Winston-Salem. There's a whole nother country outside of Winston-Salem. There are 24 different time zones in the world. People that you can't even imagine exist. Some of the prettiest things you ever thought about in your life exist. Some of the biggest buildings you ain't never seen in your life. But here's the thing. You can get there from here, or you can't get there from here. That's an oxymoron. In other words, going to work for you or against you. In other words, if you do what is right, you can get there. If you don't, you'll see it on the internet. I got 2 questions, and I got to finish up with my last question. No more questions, we good? Yes, sir. That's good. Who the deadliest person I've locked up? Okay, that's a fair enough question. Some years ago, I was working on what is called the FOG group, Foreign Operations Group. I was based out of the Caribbean. You know anybody know what the Caribbean is? Who said yeah? Okay. Give me 2 countries in the Caribbean. Okay, but anyway, I was working out of the Caribbean. There's a guy, I want you to Google him. Next time I see him, you tell me who this guy is. I got something for you. His name is Charles Little Nut Miller. That's his real name. That's his real name. Google it. It's public information. It's on the internet. Charles Little Nut Miller was he was interviewed by Ed Bradley. Charles Little Nut Miller owned 4 or 5 resorts. In his day, he was probably the first billionaire narco trafficker, right? Charles Little Nut Miller. He was the original founder of what back in the 80s was the Jamaican Posse, okay? So, long story short, when I see you, you tell me the rest of the story. Charles Little Nut Miller. That's easy. Time you put Charles Little Nut in there, he's gonna jump up in the box. All right, I got 4 questions and then 5 questions. Okay. 6. 3, 6. Okay, here we go. I got 6 questions. Go ahead. Can you go with me? You know what? Okay, here we go. Here's my question. What was my friend name who I said you had your hand on me now? Go ahead. Huh? Say it again, man. He asked the question, what did my friend do to get locked up? Here's what he did. He did a series of things. The way the criminal justice system works is, the first, I can't tell you his last name, I'll tell you his first name, Leo. That was my question, but anyway. Here's what he did. The first time you come in contact with the criminal justice system, they slap you. Second time, they slap you. Third time, they knock you down. Then what you call 3 times, 3 strikes. There it is. Once they hit you what they call an habitual, that means habitual means, if I know the word habitual is, that's a good question. What's habitual mean? In other words, he was labeled an habitual offender. And so, on his last offense, they looked at his record and said that you were an habitual. Yes, sir. There you go. Give a man a bag. That means that's close enough. That's close enough for government work, you say. So here's what happened. They gave him life as a result of that. They gave him life. They gave him life. That's what it is. Yes, sir. They do that in Winston. They get life out of Winston. Trust me. Like my happy man. Like that. Let's see how I look over there.
Wait, put them on.
And we actually want the students who do get these to come aside and take a picture with it later on.
I got it. Okay. I got it. Cool. We speak the same language. Cool. I respect you. We'll talk later. But here's what I'm saying. Here's my next question, right? Threw me off track with them. So he was labeled an habitual offender, so that's what they did. All right? Okay. My next question is this. I'm gonna ask you anyway. What was my friend's name? What was my friend's name? There it is. Okay, I got another one for you. We got 4, and I got got four questions left. Here we go. Tell me, what was the guy name, the actor's name, when I was growing up, who I wanted to be like? You came up first.
It's a Wild Wild West. That's how you from.
What's his name?
Sherman.
Peanut. Who? That's close enough. Dr. Porter's, quick. It's close enough. Jim West is his name.
Okay.
Okay, we got three more. All right, so we got three more questions for you, right? What did I grow up at? You came out to get it. Yeah. Okay. What's here? He's tight.
No, West.
Just wait. Give my man when he had it. That's why I originally got a happy heel. That's why I grew up happy heel guard, right? Okay. Then I got one last question. Then I got something to give you. I gotta go. Tell me the ages of my four boys. What's the age?
Yeah, ages. 4 sons. 14, 12, right here. 13, 12, 1, and 25.
What I'm going to do is this, right? To remove this from this equation, I'm going to give you some doctorate course. Okay? I got you, man. I'm a man of my word. Trust me. Right? Here's what I'm going to do. Give you some doctorate course, right? What you're going to do is, like talk. You know what we say, respect, right? You know what we say, right? We say we're family, right? We're family. So here we go. Here's what I want you to do, right? Here's what I want you to do.
Listen up, guys.
Here's what I want you to do. I don't care what you do with the dollar. I don't. But at least, if you try what I said, just try for 2 days. 2 days. Right? And I highlighted each dollar. I took my time and I highlighted something on there. I highlighted because I was told I couldn't say it. Say it again? I can't say what you said. Thank you. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to do is this. I want you to try what I highlighted for 2 days. You follow me? I want you to try it too, boss. Let that be your head, all right? All right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to try it for 2 days. And when I see you again, and I promise you I'm going to see y'all again, we talk about it, all right? So, if you got that same dollar, sometime in the course of the year, you show me that dollar, and we'll do a little horse trading. The question is, what will we get if we still have a dollar? What I do is this. We're going to treat it like it's at the bank. You know what interest means? In other words, you go to the bank, right? You know what interest is? I like that answer, baby. I like that. What's your name? Okay, so here we go. I gotta go. Here's what I'm gonna do, right? Hold it. Next time I see you, over the course of the year, because all of you can't just bum rush me at the same time with the dollar, right? But over the course of the year, you got the dollar. now, I know y'all think y'all pretty slick, right? So I took the time and I photocopied these dollars. So I know the serial numbers on them, so I know somebody will get a highlight and highlight. So I know.
Mikey.
Right, I used to be slick. So when you bring me the dollar, right? Here's the deal. When you bring me the dollar, I'm gonna go home that day. I'm gonna look at my list. If your dollar was one of the one and you ain't trying to gain, I'm gonna pay the interest on the dollar. Right, I gotta check them out. Alright, I am thorough. Hold up. Respect. Alright? Okay, so now y'all are the 100 guys in the 8th grade, right? Right? So can we call this family 8th grade family Philo? That don't make no sense? Y'all gonna make that Philo? I was jumping two names. So here's the name I gave you. There it is. That makes sense now? Philo. 8th grade. 8th grade, fair enough. You good, right? Alright. I have thoroughly enjoyed y'all. I look forward to seeing y'all. And good luck.
All right, young men. Let me just say, those of you who received a bag, you have a book in there that was written by him, Surviving the Stop. You can probably put it together about the title and what the contents are. So make sure you do read the book. It is a wonderful book. I haven't read all of it, but I've read some of it. I want to say thank you, and I want you to move forward from this day on in a positive way, because you can change the atmosphere and you can change the outcome of where you're headed in life. Okay? So I'm going to be at the door. I'm going to give you, each one of you, $1. I can tell you when somebody gives me something like that, I normally will put it away and not spend it. And I would definitely, as the, what did you call us? The Philo family? Philo 8th grade family? Let's give Mr. Kim